wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock, and the rain came tumbling down. The rain came down and the floods came up. The rain came down and the floods came up. The rain came down and the floods came up, and that house on the rock stood firm. But
unlikely.
The foolish man.
Like the foolish curate in the churchyard.
No, you're probably right.
Welcome to this week's video edition of Connect Up. It's Saturday the 19th of September, and a very good morning to you. And as you can see, we are out in St Mildred's churchyard. Now then, what have we got for you today? Well, the first thing to say is that we have a non-event. It was going to be an event, but sadly Chris and June Teasdale have had to unplug their kettle. They've been in touch to let us know that they've had to postpone the coffee morning for Barnabas Fund, which they had planned to hold on the 29th of September. Now, being positive people, they do hope to hold the event next year once we are all beyond the COVID-19 restrictions. Chris and June would like everyone who was thinking of coming still to contribute and then consume their own coffee and cake. Everyone's a winner. It is very easy to donate. Simply ring the number shown on Connect Up, and I'm sure you can gift aid your contribution if you wish. So do see that little bit of information about Chris and June's coffee morning.
Fantastic. Right, now moving on to something that is still on, and that is the St Mildred's annual church meetings. They are still on, and it's not long now until they will be held, and I bet you cannot wait. So 30th of September, 7 o'clock. Remember that to vote you will need to be on the electoral roll, and as before there are copies available with Connect Up today, as well as some electoral roll forms in church. So please make sure that if you wish to be a part of that meeting and to have a vote, that you do make sure you are on the electoral roll. Any more? Yes?
We're looking for people to fill key posts, aren't we?
We are, yes.
Yes, so if you would like to become, and strangely some people do, church warden or a member of the PCC or PCC secretary, then do let either of us know as soon as you possibly can. Even if you're only a slightly bit interested, do get in touch, because we can give you more information to help you make an informed decision. Now, one thing we didn't explain at the beginning is the significance of the opening music. And we're not going to explain that now, but will shortly.
Yes, indeed. Right, we'll move on now to 10 by 10. Now, this is an online exploration of the Christian faith. Over a period of time, we will cover a number of Christian themes, and each theme will consist of 10 sessions, each of 10 minutes in length, hence 10 by 10. Now, the first 10 sessions will focus on aspects of Christian belief. The next instalment of 10 by 10 will be available to view this coming Wednesday, when we will look at Jesus, his life and ministry. After that, they will be each Wednesday following that, and we have included in this week's Connect Up the various different topics for each week and the dates when they will be available.
Now then, to our opening music. A song version of one of the parables of Jesus. The wise man built his house upon the rock.
His house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock.
That one, yes?
That's the one.
Yeah, not the
Now, the point of that music is to herald a new series of Saturday morning reflective services entitled The Point of the Parable. Now, this series of reflective services will take us on a gentle meander through some of the best loved stories Jesus told, giving us the chance to reflect upon their meaning and their impact both then and now. The services will take place in the seclusion of the Lady Chapel at St Mildred's, beginning at 9 o'clock, as we've said, or possibly not said, and music included in the services will give us opportunities for contemplation and the chance to step back or sit down from the hurly-burly of a busy week. Now, the good news is that the point of the parable will also be recorded and put on the website, but and this is a crucial difference,
It is, definitely.
minus the delight of breakfast at the Lemon Tree afterwards, to which you are warmly invited if you wish to come. Anyway, one way or the other, it would be lovely if you could join us.
Excellent. Now, the other thing it would be lovely if you could join us for. If you notice me just glancing this way over here, just a minute ago, Glenn Peacock was stood there and he was going to do a little cameo walk on part, but he's disappeared. He's walked off as I was going to call him over to come and give you all a wave. There we go. You've just missed your 5 seconds of fame, Glenn. Anyway, we would love you to come along to our various harvest celebration services which are taking place over the next few weeks. So first of all, coming up tomorrow, St. Michael's will be celebrating the harvest. Then the following week on the 27th, it is St. John's. And then St. Mildred's are going to be doing theirs over 2 weeks. Now, just in case anyone else, we had some very eagle-eyed people who noticed our little error. So listen up. If your surname is M to Z, your week for Harvest Festival at the 9:30 will be on Sunday the 4th of October. And if you are A to L, it's Sunday the 11th of October. There was a slight error, I believe, last week.
Which we had it the wrong way round.
We had it the wrong way round, so do double check. But it would be wonderful if you could come along and celebrate Harvest with us.
Exactly.
This year we are, of course, going to be once again supporting the Tenterden Family Food Bank. So do come along with non-perishable items that we are able to pass on.
Good. Now then, we move on to, well, from one annual meeting to another annual church meeting, this time St. Michael's, and the St. Michael's annual church meeting will be held on Monday the 19th of October at 7 o'clock in the church, and more information about this, including reports and such like, will be circulated soon.
Fantastic. Now, as you can see, we're outside. We are going to mark a few birthdays, but because it's a little bit breezy out here, we decided not to have the cake and the candles this week. So all of those who we are honouring today, we'll do your candles next week, so you won't miss out. We will sing to you today, though. But we've got quite a few to congratulate belatedly. So first of all, the ones that we missed, last Saturday was the birthday of Tim Monkton, and annoyingly, that information was actually given to me in advance, and then it slipped from my memory. So I do apologise, Tim. And also last week, on the 16th, Jeff Riches, who visited 13 churches on Ride and Stride last Saturday, celebrated his 94th birthday. So many happy returns to Tim and to Jeff. I hope I can be cycling around 13 churches
94.
when I'm 94. Now, in this coming week, Chris Cheeseman has his birthday.
He's not 94.
Not as far as I've heard, but you never know.
Despite being church warden, he doesn't even look 94.
Just disguises it very well. He's going to be celebrating on the 23rd. And we wish him a very happy birthday and say a big thank you for all bits and pieces that Chris does in his role here at St. Mildred's as church warden. So many happy returns. Should we sing?
Oh yes, let's
We'll
sing.
sing.
So
We
we're
can
singing
sing.
to Tim and Jeff and Chris.
Chris.
Tim, Jeff and Chris.
Tim,
Right.
Jeff, and Chris. Right.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tim, Jeff and Chris.
Cheeseman.
Happy birthday to you. Right. Now, from the sublime to the
There's
ridiculous.
a round of applause coming from
Well,
in
thank
the
you
church.
for the
Thank you, Glenn.
off-stage applause. We have a cartoon message from Tony Shaw, who introduces us to Karl Marx's sister. And apparently this is true. So do have a look at Tony Shaw's cartoon that he very kindly sent us.
Excellent. Good. Now, if you have a look in your copy of Connect Up today, we did ask when if you have any thoughts on the questions that were raised in 10 by 10, if you could send those in. We would like to print some responses that people have sent in, and someone has done that this week. They did, as we also said you could do, wish to remain anonymous, but there's some really interesting reflections on the questions: how did I come to believe in God, and also what evidence is there of God's presence in the world and in my life. So please do take a look at that. But also, if you do have a look at 10 by 10, which is permanently on the website, if you go back to Wednesday's stuff, you will find the last 10 by 10. Have a think, have a look, and if you have any reflections that you would like to share, then that would be fantastic.
Good. Now, we've had a little bit of information from our mate Don, who works with Kent Police, and he sent us some information to help keep us safe from burglary, to protect our belongings. So do read through Connect Up today and find out what Don has to say, and hopefully the little bits and pieces that are in there will help keep us all that much safer.
That would be fantastic, yes. So thank you very much to Don for all that. And believe me, there is quite a bit of stuff there.
As you
but
can
it is
see, as it's flashing past.
genuinely very useful.
Yes. Oh, nearly
Okay,
there, look.
We are nearly there.
There we
Hurrah.
go.
Now, on to something else, the magazine. Do you know, I can't believe how quickly this comes round each month. Ronnie and Jim Eagle have been in touch to let us know that the October edition of the Church magazine will be available next Saturday. That's 26th. You know, in these COVID restricted times, this is an even bigger cause for celebration than usual. If you are a deliverer, please do come and collect your copies from next weekend.
Who's the editor this time? Is it
It
Neil?
was Neil.
Neil, yes. So we
Neil.
thank Neil in advance for his issue of the magazine, and we'll say thank you again when it appears next week. Now,
Once
on
we've
to
read it.
our worship. That's right. Once we've checked it out.
Yep.
Now to our worship. In Connect Up this week, you will find details of worship in church. You will find details of worship on the web, and following that we come then to Thought for the Week, and that consists of a reading from Matthew's Gospel, a little reflection to help you reflect on the reading, and a prayer to round everything off.
Fabulous.
Yes.
Yes,
So then
that's
from
good.
worship we then move, and Thought for the Week we move on to who do we move on to? Oh, who? Yes,
Who.
quite. Who to
It's
contact?
who. Yes.
You'd think we'd know this by now, wouldn't you? Contact us. So do you want to say a bit about Contact Us?
Contact Us is the section where you can have a look and find out how to
Contact.
contact us and all the other people who help to keep things moving in Benefice. So
Yes.
if you need any contacts, do take a look at the very end of Connect Up, because we always save the best till last.
Yes. Well, I must say, having been on scaffolding 2 weeks ago and
In a cupboard.
in a cupboard last
Yeah,
week, it's quite nice to
absolutely.
be out in the fresh air today.
It is,
And it's
yes.
really a beautiful day out here.
Yes.
And there we are. So without further ado, we'll sign off and
And
wish you a happy Saturday,
Yes.
and maybe see some of you tomorrow.
On
Thank you.
Sunday.
On Sunday, that's right.
Excellent. Let's hope so.
Yes.
Have a really good week, everybody, won't you?
Bye.
The rain came down and the floods came up. The rain came down and the floods came up, and that house on the sand went crash. So build your life on the Lord Jesus Christ. So build your life on the Lord Jesus Christ. So build your life